In ancient Greek philosophy, the goal of life was to live life and to live it well. It's what they call something that I cannot pronounce. It starts with an E and ends with an ism. At the core of this philosophy was love and friendship. The word friend has a Germanic and Dutch roots in it. That the German word for friend is Freund. Again, I'm massacring the pronunciation, and the Dutch version of it is friend. So there's some Indo-European influences in that word that at the basic of it all, it means to love. So the word friend means to love. So love and friendship go in hand. You can't have one without the other. Love between two friends can be just as intense as a romantic relationship, and the bond that is made and broken hurts just as much as it would be with a partner. Human friendships have been there since the dawn of human existence. Aristotle said this: no one chooses to be without a friend. His counterpart, Pythagoras, said, friends are companions that you walk with in life, that make the road lighter and, more bearable. It's interesting how philosophers in science, not agriculture, I don't know, but science, mathematics, astrology, and all these things have thought about the things that make the world go round and have understood at the core of any human relation is friendship. The bond between two people is best represented in the story, or rather the legend of Damon and Pythias. See, this is where those Greek names don't make sense. But anyway, here's how the legend goes. So Damon and Pythias were really good friends, and one of them was condemned by Dionysus. And the condemned person told Dionysus that they needed to leave and go and put their affairs in order. Dionysus refused. The other friend, who was not condemned, decided to stand in place of their condemned friend and said, if my friend does not return in the appointed time, then I shall die in his place. Well, Dionysus said, fine, do as you please. So his friend left, put his affairs in order, and at the appointed time, he returned. Dionysus was so moved by this friendship that she pardoned both Damon and Pythias. Yes. I hope I said that right. If you're Greek and I've massacred your name, I'm sorry. But anyway, she pardoned them. And that forms the basis of what true friendship is, that you are willing to die for a friend. Well, if you're a Christian, you know that sounds really familiar, right? It's interesting how Aristotle, whose influences were in politics, sciences, mathematics, and aesthetics, taught us three things about friendship. One, that friendship is recognizable and reciprocal. It's a bond that is a two-way thing. It's about a give and take. It's about you giving of yourself and you receiving of someone else, and being vulnerable enough to be in a space where you see someone, you know someone, you hear someone, and it's a mutual give and take. The second thing Aristotle taught us about friendship is that there are three types of friendship: A, utility; B, pleasure; and C, character-based friendships. It comes from a place of value, the assigned value that you give those friendships. So it can be, utility is what you get out of that friendship. Pleasure is just the pleasure of the company of that person. Character is that when you are friends with someone because of who they are. Now, if you get that trifecta, that is the most epic thing that you can get. But if you were to choose only one type of friendship, for me, if you ask me at least, it would be character. It takes time, but for me, that would be the most fulfilling of them all. The third thing about friendship that Aristotle teaches us is that our friendships are like fitness. You have to work at it. It's not a one-time moment. It's an activity of things that must be done. Now, the word activity comes from the word active. Active is a verb, a doing word. It requires time, it requires understanding, it requires communication, it requires conversations. And oddly enough, those conversations and that time also means that there's going to be disagreements, there's going to be challenges, there are going to be times when you don't want to see each other. But the beauty of it all is that you come back to one another, that bond is a mutual understanding that regardless of anything, you come back to one another. I leave you with this. May the bonds we make be rooted in love, and may they never break. But if they should break, may the bounce back leave us seen, heard, and known.